Okay, good afternoon. I'm Mrs. Israel, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make one type of flower, just one. Okay, so materials you need is your fabric. You need your top bond. This is already processed, so you need to process it. And how to process it? You're going to take, this is 2 pieces. Let me see this. Okay, so you can see 2 pieces of fabric. So you're going to apply top bond and stick it to another one like this. Then you're going to trim it to the size that you want. This was a leftover from one earrings that I did. This is a leftover. Okay, so the length of the fabric cannot really be determined. It just depends on how big you want the flower to be. So if you want it to be very big, that means you're going to need a longer length. Okay, so here's how you do it. You just fold into triangle. You're also going to need your needle and thread, or use your hot glue gun to do it, but I'm using needle and thread. So you're going to fold triangle, and you're going to fold it, this triangle, you're going to still fold it again to the same point. Here you're trying to create your bud for the flower. Okay, so now you can see my hand. Now I'm going to bring this tip down to the back here, and I'm going to be holding it here. Okay, so just watch how I'm doing it. And this is twisted. Okay, so, and that's how you keep doing it. Whenever you are you can actually do this without processing your fabric, but I feel it stays better. It's more firmer when the fabric is processed. So you're folding to the same point at the base here, so that instead of going down, is getting wider. Now this particular flower is very good for your bouquets. If you're into bouquet, this is a very good flower to make for your bouquet. So you can see, depending on how big you want it to be, you keep rolling. Now to finish up this end, you're just going to take it down. Now this is where you need your needle and thread just to tack it in place. But if you have your hot glue gun, you can just glue it down so it doesn't lose. So I'm just going to quickly tack it round, and I'll show you the finished result. Now, so that it stays permanent, I'm just going to use my sealing gum and drop some drops in there just to pin it down. You can actually use this to pin it down if you don't have your hot glue gun, or if you don't want to sew it. Sewing it when it's processed is kind of hard, which is why I only sewed the base part. So I'm just going to pin it that way. Okay. Now if you want it to have a stem, if you want the flower to have a stem, then you would have you're going to start your flower on a stem. That means, let's say you're using a stick. Let's assume this is your stick. That means when you're doing it, you're going to have made it on your stick. So your triangle first, everything will be on your stick this way, so that when you start working, you work on your stick. That means you glue it on the stick would already be there when you're working. It's not like afterwards you now attach it to your stick. You would have made your stick with it. So this flower is very, very good. If you're making much of it, you're going to see the beauty, and especially if you're making it in different fabrics, you're really going to see how beautiful and how catchy it actually is.